Hey, I'm Mark Andrews, tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, and you're listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast.
Yes, we're back again.
Hey, let's pump up the volume.
Right here.
What's up, Whisper Nation? We're back with another Face-Off Friday here, and you know what we like to do. We like to take two players that are going to be similar in ADP. You're going to be banging your head against the wall trying to decide between these two guys, and we're going to go over them here, help you out before that draft comes this fall.
They won't be banging their heads after this one, Travis.
True. I'm saying if they don't watch this.
Oh, yeah. If they don't.
They'll be banging their head.
All right.
But
resume.
since you are watching it, we know that you like what you see and you want to see more of these Face-Off Fridays. Hit like, hit subscribe. Let us know which players you want us to discuss. As always, this offseason, we're going to be deciding which of us gets to talk about which player via a little Face-Off coin flip. So why don't we check out that coin flip now? Johnny was so nice to do that off camera. Let's hope he didn't cheat.
This time we're doing it between Zack Ertz and Mark Andrews. Mark Mandrews, friend of the show. Let's see who we get. We got heads is going to be for Zack Ertz. Tails is going to be for Mark Mandrews. Big Travie is up on this one, so let's see who he gets. He gets heads, which I said was Zack Ertz. So he gets Zack Ertz, I get Mark Mandrews. Let's get it.
Yes, I finally, it took 3 tries, Travis, but I finally got one player that I actually wanted to talk to.
I knew you cheated. I knew you cheated.
It's only right. It's only right that the odds finally go in my favor. All right?
Yeah.
So just sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt because you've never been on a ride like this before. All right? with a guy and a tight end who...
Which we haven't even told the people who we're talking about. Oh yeah. I guess we did.
Mark Mandrews, if you couldn't tell by the start of the show, Mark Mandrews, my boy, I am so excited for what this guy can do in his third year, I should say. Second year of truly breaking out. I cannot wait. I want to have Mark Andrews on so many of my fantasy teams because you simply look at what he did last year, Travis. 64 receptions on 97 targets for 852 yards. He was dealing with an ankle injury throughout that season. And, oh, by the way, he also was, splitting time with 2 other tight ends, and Doyle and as well as Hayden Hurst. Well, Hayden Hurst is now shipped off to Atlanta, and I'm expecting Mark Andrews to take on an even bigger role because of Hayden Hurst now being shipped out. You look at what Hayden Hurst left in this offense, 38 targets, 349 receiving yards. If you take that and add those to Mark Andrews, Travis, you're looking at a guy who's getting 1,200 yards receptions. You're looking up at the 130 wide, around there targets for Mark Andrews, which is what Kelsey is getting from Patrick Mahomes. Now, I understand the quality of the targets aren't the same as in Lamar Jackson throwing is not Patrick Mahomes throwing, but you still got to like someone getting 137 targets. And yes, they could go out and add some players, in the draft, but it's going to take time for that person to get acclimated no matter what. So I still think that Mark Andrews, we could see an uptick in even more production, and I think that he could be even better than what he was last year.
Yeah, I think you make great points. I obviously love Mark Andrews. I love what Baltimore's done on their offense. I love that he's going to have Hayden Hurst leave. I think you built a lot of things, but what you're building right now is a case for sustained consistency, right, out of Mark Andrews. You want him to be able to build on what he did last year. The guy he's going up against here in Zack Ertz is the model of consistency over the last 5 years, and so for that reason, I'm taking Zack Ertz, and the case I had to build here is very simple, Johnny. He's finished as a top 10 tight end regardless of QB over the past 5 years, and he's been a top 5 tight end over the last 3 seasons. lack of the consistent wide receiver play has always boosted him up the board for as far as target monster in this offense. We don't see anybody going to probably, obviously they're going to draft a wide receiver in this draft, but that doesn't guarantee that person's going to come in and steal a bunch of targets from Zack Ertz. I don't think it's likely. You get a full, Carson Wentz, you get a fully healthy Carson Wentz. I think Zack Ertz really boosts up your board. And I think if you're looking at the two at face value, I've got to think that Zack Ertz is the more consistent player, the more bang for your buck, and the guy you want to hang your hat on. Is the upside there for Mark Andrews? For sure. The ceiling is there for Mark Andrews to maybe be the number one overall tight end. But Zack Ertz is going to rest there nicely each and every week to give you that positional advantage. And when you're building your team, that's what you want. Zack Ertz is going to be in those middle rounds because people are sleeping on him and excited about some of the other guys. I think Ertz is going to be a real value that he hasn't been in the last few years based on draft stock. And so give me Zack Ertz this year with or without the coin flip. I like Ertz. But we want to know what you guys want. We want to know what you want, Whisper Nation. Tell us in the comments below which player you think is better, and let us know another player matchup you'd like us to debate. As always, we're here to help you. Head over to thefantasywhispers.com. Catch all the content over there. Hit like and subscribe. That's Johnny Game Time Hicks. I'm Big Travie, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast. You can hear more from John and Travis on Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at TF Whisperers.